So Mark, the corporate governance, SAR. No, one of the things I struggle with, or I think many people struggle with, is this whole concept of gift and bribe, right? What's the difference? How does it work? Especially here in Malaysia, right? I mean, in terms of gifting and bribing, and talks to that a little bit.
Yeah, I think this is one of those things that's very culturally specific. I'm from the UK. Corporate gifts had more or less died out by the time I left. They were much more common in the 80s and 90s. Maybe a bottle of wine at Christmas, something like that, but nothing more. What I find here in Asia is that Asia is a very relational culture, which actually I think is one of the strengths of the region. It's very much a part of the culture to give a gift, because it's a sign of respect. It's something that is understood and recognized, and it forms a bridge to enable you to establish a good, healthy relationship. So a gift done in the right way is something that's very normal and healthy for the culture. The trouble is, what we see is that it can go from something that's well-intentioned and a positive thing to something that has a bit of a sinister side. And the transition is very difficult to spot. It can change. That's right. And it can be very subjective as well. Something that one person is giving genuinely with good intention can be received in a different way. And the receiver, on getting that gift, may actually see an opportunity for exploitation in that, because they may then ask for more. Now, the difference really is if there is a decision-making element in the relationship. So if it's a gift to my mother-in-law or my dad and father-in-law, there's no issue, right? But if it's a gift to a potential client, where they have the opportunity or the position to give me a job that can be very lucrative for me, and that gift creates a situation where I benefit a lot at their company's expense, that's when it goes into bribery. And bribery is very destructive. It's actually so destructive that it can destroy whole countries.
Well, so we've seen that here.
We've seen that. I mean, the whole 1MDB thing, and the way that gift giving has escalated, especially in relation to governments, servants, and so on. So what we have to do is work out, where is that line? This is okay, and this isn't okay. Now, internationally, most MNCs draw the line at $50. So if it's less than $50, not too much to worry about. If it's more, you probably need to get permission or at least report it.
So one way is to look at monetary value.
Yeah.
Okay. But sometimes it's not just monetary, right? I mean, it's favors, you can't really account for that, right?
That's right.
I'll help you here.
That's right.
So how do you practically implement these things?
Yeah. So this idea of quid pro quos, this for that, if it's across the boundary between, for example, one organization and another, then that's dangerous. If it's in the area of something like a job promotion or getting your bonus or increment, whereas a decision-making element, that's dangerous because you're cultivating obligation. So I think the question is, are you attempting to cultivate obligation by what you're doing, such that the person who's receiving it is going to give you or have to give you something back in return? So if there's that element of manipulation in it, and I think we sense that, we know that this is a healthy situation or this isn't quite right, but we do it anyway. That's the red flag, as we call it, that tells you that there's something that shouldn't be going on here.
Okay, and so, I mean, should Malaysian companies be thinking, Malaysian companies that you see, right? Is there like a quantum that, I mean, it's 50 US, I mean, that's what, 200 ringgit?
200 ringgit, yeah.
So that's kind of similar across Malaysian companies?
Some companies make it lower, 100 ringgit or even 50 ringgit. It depends on your industry. If you're dealing with staff with a low income, then actually 50 ringgit is probably the limit. If you're, for example, as a security guard that has the management of a site during the night, and you want to go and work on site at night, and you're paying 50 ringgit, that's a bribe. Whereas if you're the CEO of a major company and your income's 50,000 a month, 50 ringgit is not really going to get you very far. But maybe a family trip to the United States with first class tickets and all expenses paid, that might be what it takes to get the job. So quantum accounts.
It's still a very tough. I mean, because a lot of it is the spirit, right?
That's right.
This is a letter of the law. It's not so clear cut. So how can companies really, what should they be doing? I mean,
they should be thinking about this in some detail. So there's a big change just happening even as we speak, where they are introducing something called corporate liability into the landscape here, where directors and top management are being made responsible for the corruption that occurs in relation to the company.
Okay.
So directors and top management need to work out where is bribery and corruption likely going to be occurring in their operation, and then focus in on those areas and put in the right procedures, but also train and communicate so that the people in the front line know that it's okay to go out for Titanic,
yep.
but an extravagant meal at a luxury top-end hotel, that's a bit too much. And that's changing something that's subjective to objective, and that's what a policy is about.
Okay, wow, very interesting times, and really interesting. But execution is going to be key, I guess.
Yeah.
How we get this all.
That's right. Yeah, it's straightforward to do. You just need the will to do it.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. The will. All right, thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. Good thoughts for this week.
Okay.
All right.